Like damn, she in her mood. 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 She lit, your money too. Like damn, she in her mood. In the mirror, I'm doing my dance. Ain't he packing out nobody's pants. He a rapper, but don't got a chance. Sucking my waist, so I'm loving my bands. Like 1,000,000 views in a day. There's so many. Oh my god, I forgot to put my sleeves up. I gotta redo the intro. Hey YouTube, welcome to my first official makeup tutorial. Isn't that crazy? I was like, how am I a makeup girly and I don't have a makeup tutorial up yet? Like, that's crazy. This is basically the look that we did. It's basically kind of like a fall, kind of like sultry. I don't even know if we're still in fall. Are we in winter yet? I don't know. But this is just the type of looks that I normally give, period. So it's really beginner friendly, step by step. I give you guys a bunch of tips. I talk about every product I use. If I forgot to mention any of them, they're all going to be listed down in the description box anyways. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Grab a snack because it's kind of long. We got into some things, okay? Hold on, y'all. I gotta put my sleeves up because it's about to get serious. So I already have my brows filled in. I only went in with the Anastasia brow wiz. I use the shade medium brown. And I already prepped my skin too. That's like the most important step when it comes to doing your makeup because that just determines how the rest of the flow is gonna go. Skin prep is really dependent on your skin type. So that's gonna vary between person to person. It's winter time. My skin is currently combination to dry. So as long as I'm moisturized, I'm good, okay? I'm gonna carve out my brows using my Nars concealer. I literally just follow a natural shape. The same exact concealer on my eyelid. So just gonna prep the lid for the eyeshadow that we're about to do. And I'll use my brush to just pat that in. You're gonna put eyeshadow like out here. Just make sure you blend in that concealer, girl. For a long time, there was this whole debate. Like, this was a real debate in the whole makeup world as to whether or not you set your concealer or like your eyeshadow base, whatever. I like to set my concealer because, girl, it makes it so much easier to blend. Like, so now we're gonna get into the good stuff. We're gonna get into the eyeshadow. I don't know what eyeshadow look I'm gonna do. I wanted to use a palette that I feel like a lot of people would have. Like, tell me you don't have this palette. If you ever been into eyeshadow, tell me you don't have this palette. So I'm gonna use this palette today. In the future, if I do another makeup tutorial, I will probably use more like newer palettes, but I really just wanted to use something that I feel like everybody could use, just in case somebody wanted to replicate this look like to the T, you know. Let's get into it, y'all. Should I bring you guys closer? I'm gonna go in with the shade Burnt Orange, which you can tell is like the shade I use the most from this palette. I'm gonna take the eyeshadow, the outer corner of my eye, and I'm gonna start to wing it out. This is kind of just like creating the shape of the eyeshadow look that we're going for. Like really going back and forth. I'm more so like putting the brush here and brushing it out. Now we're gonna go in with an even smaller blending brush and we're gonna use that same color more towards the inner corner of our eye. You could kind of see where your natural crease is. I'm not gonna bring this eyeshadow any more like out from there. Like, I'm not gonna pass that line. It's easier if you take your mirror and you look down rather than going like this. Like, girl, it's gonna be hard because like, girl, like, how am I getting in there if I'm like this? It's not gonna work. You gotta be down like this. When I blend it, I'm not going like all the way into my crease around. I'm still trying to blend it, kind of going up and out in the same direction that we did this outer part. I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush, and with the shade, we're gonna go in with the shade Rustic. See, Rustic is a little bit darker, it's a little bit more deeper. It's gonna give us a little bit more dimension, girl. The key to like some real good makeup is creating dimensions. You know, a little bit lighter, a little bit darker, a little bit darker. It makes the look chef's kiss, right? The same thing, but bringing it a little bit closer. To help you blend, you want to keep your other brush, the first brush that you use, on hand, because you could go back and forth to help merge your two shadows together. Same process with the inner corner. Just be a little bit more precise. Let's do glistening. Basically, pat it in the empty space, starting to swipe
it up. So when you pat in, you're building up pigment. When you start to swipe, you're blending it out. And that's like in general for anything, like eyeshadows, blush, foundation, lip, like that will apply for everything. Remember how I said keep your brushes closed? We're gonna go back and just build up. If I feel like any shade kind of got lost in the sauce, just build it back up. And now I'm gonna take this eyeshadow stick. I said I was gonna stick with the whole palette, but girl, this don't count because it's an eyeshadow stick, not an eyeshadow. So this is from Freck Beauty. Their shadow stick is called Shadow Slide, and it's in the shade Lid Drip, I think. I'm literally just going to press it kind of in the middle of that really golden shade that we did. I love this eyeshadow stick. Lightly patting out the edges. I'm also gonna take this Freck Beauty stick right into my inner corner. Girl, when it comes to like the brow bone shade, I could be real picky. So I'm gonna just go in with what I normally use with Flower Child. This is from Tartelette in the Bloom palette. I'm just taking this all along my brow bone. Then I'll go in with Temporal. I'm gonna only focus that right underneath the arch of my eyebrow. And just make sure the brow bone colors that we put with our eyeshadows are nice and blended. And I'm sorry if the camera look a little different. I kicked the hell out of it by mistake. I normally do my liner, especially if I'm doing like a little bit of a wing. I normally do it with eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in with Noir. I'm gonna smoke it and wing it out with Cypress Umber. When it comes to doing like your wing, you want to look up and out so that you can see exactly where you're gonna draw that line. I'm just doing what I said about going in to smoke out with the brown. Now we're gonna clean up our wing and our eyeshadow. Sometimes I go in with a Q-tip, other times I will use the same brush I use to like carve out my my eyebrow. Now we're gonna take a little break from doing the eyes. For now, we're gonna do our face makeup. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I don't really be priming that much. The only time I prime is when my pores are going a little crazy, which right now. And I will use Tatcha, the liquid canvas. Is that what it's called? The liquid silk canvas. The essence of primer is like to help your makeup last longer. And I don't really have a problem with my makeup lasting. Generally, the only things I use would be this if I feel like I need it in the moment. Or I will spray like the Charlotte Tilbury, the setting spray. But let's get into foundation. The type of foundation you want is going to be determined by your skin type and the look that you want to achieve. So me, my skin, depending on the year, it's either like combination oily or combination dry. So typically I stick to foundations that have a finish that is not too matte but is not too glowy. So lately I've been using my Makeup by Mario foundation again. This is definitely one of my top 5s. I always shake it up. I put some on the back of my hand. Take some on my brush. I start kind of in the center of my face, like center of my cheeks. And I blend going out. I feel like my foundation's a little light. What do you guys think? Yeah, it's fine. How's it look on camera? While I'm blending, let's get into brush versus sponge. Because I feel like that's such a popular question. Like people still ask me questions about that. A brush is going to give you a more of a fuller coverage than a sponge. That's really the basis of it. Why do I feel like I look light on camera? That's alright. We're gonna bronze up anyways. But regardless, if you are using a brush, you don't want to like swipe too much because then that's how you get brush strokes. Just press the foundation in. If you're using a sponge, make sure the sponge is damp. It doesn't need to be dripping wet with water, girl. Just make sure it's damp. Now we're gonna go into contour. Contouring is gonna be to create definition on your face, create a more structured look. Bronzing is more bringing warmth to the skin. You cannot contour with something that has like a glowy finish to it, like you're bronzing. Contour needs to be matte. It can't be too warm either. It's just to create shadows. I keep it more at a angle going down. Like I had this friend and she would tell me, she was just like, yo, like I keep carving out my cheekbones, but for some reason I feel like I'm making my cheeks look even bigger than what they are. And it's because she was going like this rather than at an angle. So the angle is what's gonna give you that. And you're also gonna put it a little bit higher than you think. Always start with a little bit. If you need more, you can add more. Always do here and I hit right here. I like to do it right here too. Emphasize my bottom lip. With my nose, I'm gonna go in with the brush just because you have to be a little bit more defined with that. You're gonna blend going up. If you blend your contour going down, you're gonna make this part of your face look really sunken in, and that kind of makes you look like a skeleton. If you're doing jaw contour, keep it like directly under. If you draw right here, it's not gonna like define your jawline, that's the goal if you're contouring your jaw. I'm gonna blend out what I put underneath my lip. I'll be forgetting to blend this. You don't see it because like my lip covers it. Did I tell you what I'm using? I'm using the Milk Sculpt stick in the color Stoked. Oh my god, my camera's about to die already. I just put a new battery in. Am I surprised? No. Alright, yeah, we got a new battery. We're back in action. Nose contour is also one of those things that look different depending on what your nose looks like. Just do it in a way that flatters your nose shape. My nose bridge is like over here, but then it grows to be a little bit wider. So I start with the bottom so that the most pigment is down here, and then I just brush up. Makeup isn't complete if you don't connect your nose to like either your eyeshadow or your eyebrow. Like, girl, you gotta connect it. That's law. It just ties the look together, babe. We're going into the favorite step, the Chanel Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream. I'm gonna keep this where my cheekbones are. Definitely gonna bring it to my forehead, blending it into my hairline. After bronzer, I'm going with my blush. Most people do blush after their concealer. I like to do it before. It's because I like a more flushed look. I'm going in with the same blush I used last time. It's the Yummy Skin Rose and Bunch. Here's my mirror. I'm gonna make sure I'm blending my blush in the same direction that we did the contour and bronzer in. This is like the most important step. I would say top three important steps when it comes to your base routine is getting the right concealer. There's a lot of pressure here. I just want to give a disclaimer that the first step is to breathe and just trust the process. Start with a little, and if you need more, you add more. We're going in with the Hourglass concealer. You don't want too much concealer, especially where your lines are. We're gonna go not too close up, so I'm kind of doing like a triangle shape right here. I'm going to take a little bit here. I put it directly where I have a line of like hyperpigmentation, I guess, just because I want the most coverage right here. Take some on our chin. I like to do here. Little dot on the tip of my nose, on the bridge, below the forehead. Go in with some shades a little bit lighter because this is how we're going to create more dimension to the face. That's like the key word of today, dimension. Whenever you have a really creamy concealer, if you let it sit and dry down, it's going to build up a lot more coverage. It's going to be easier to blend. If it's more of a dry concealer, don't let it sit. Because there's been times that I let a concealer sit and then I go and blend it and it's stuck. I also like to get my powder ready, my loose powder into the top, whatever top part of it. Today I'm using the Huda Beauty one, and I use the shade Pound Cake. We're gonna start blending. I'm gonna use a brush. I like to start with blending the edges first. And remember what I said, when you tap, you're keeping pigment. When you start to swipe, that's when you're just like blending and like kind of like thinning out the product. Blend this line that we have. Before you set anything with powder, make sure you're content with how things are blended, because if it's not, it's gonna set that way. Make sure you have no creases under your eyes. I like to set with a powder puff. It gives you more flawless, like airbrush finish. You want to dip it into the powder that you have. You see how we have like a lot of powder? Take some on the back of your hand. You have a little bit more of an even coat, and it's not so much. I love the Huda Beauty powder because I feel like it creates such a smooth finish. Now I'm gonna set like this, my upper lip, center of my forehead, my nose. Oh, especially my laugh lines too, y'all. Girl, I'm a smiler, I'm a laugher. I'm hella prone to crease right there. I'm gonna go in with a fluffy brush like this, and I'm gonna take literally the littlest bit of powder as I can and dust off so much excess. Like look, there's like barely any powder. And just real quick, real quick, real quick, real quick, real quick. Just because I want to make sure when I apply whatever other powder products that it blends nice. This is the Dior blush in the shade Rosewood. Now I'm gonna bake. Only thing I'm gonna bake is the sides of my nose though. Just because my skin has been a little bit more on the drier side and I don't want to go like too crazy with baking. While we have that powder baking, we're gonna go in and finish the eyes. I'm gonna take the Makeup Forever, their Aqua Resist pencils. These are the best pencils for when it comes to pigment and waterproof. Makeup Forever did their thing with this. I'm tight lining because when I do put lashes on, it's gonna blend the lash a little bit better. I'm gonna dust off this bake already because I really don't want it sitting for long. Remember the brush that I used to do the wing? I'm gonna use that and kind of go on my waterline a little bit, kind of blend this pencil out. Okay, to blend that out, we're gonna go in with Rustic, and then we're gonna go in with Burnt Orange. So basically pretty much all the shades that we did, just to continue to blend. Before we go in with like mascara and lashes, I'm gonna be using the Hourglass Soft Focus Setting Spray. One thing about Hourglass, they got complexion in the bag. Like I've never tried an Hourglass complexion product. Complexion meaning anything face related, like that's not good. It's all amazing. This literally gonna set your makeup and it's gonna blur it in the sense that it's gonna look like you have a filter on your face. Who needs a Paris filter when you have this? I would say though, it is very hydrating, so if you have extremely oily skin, it may not be your favorite powder, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just gonna brush them into place the same direction that I'm gonna set them in, and then if there's any more spots that I want to fill, I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I already told you guys this Sephora brow gel shaping set, this is really good. You're gonna take the flat side because that's where all the product is. You're gonna take it, brush it over your brow, flip it to the bristles, because now you're gonna comb through, making sure the product is like evenly dispersed through all your brow hairs, and it's gonna set it into place. Like period. That's a good brow right there. Now we're gonna apply lashes. If you have super straight lashes like me, like literally my lashes, they grow like that. Like they grow down. So I have to make sure I curl them, because if your lashes grow like mine, then you're gonna see that your natural lash going down and like your fake lash going up. Like it's not a good look. So I always curl my lash. Always use a waterproof mascara, because that is what's going to hold that curl the best. Probably 1,000,005 tutorials on how to apply a lash, either on YouTube or on TikTok. So I'm just gonna like skip through this part, but I'm gonna be using the House of Lashes. These are the iconic light lashes, and I just use Duo Lash Glue to put them on. Lashes are on, so now we're gonna do my favorite part. Honestly, everything's my favorite part. I keep saying that about everything, right? Oh, I got so scared just now. These are my birthday balloons, y'all. They still around. And it's been 2 months. It's crazy. I know. We're gonna start with the lip liner. Using the Makeup by Mario lip liner in the color Milk Chocolate. These are one of the best lip liners on the industry because they're super pigmented. They're super creamy and they blend so easily. But normally, right, when I'm home, I use this. It's a lip brush. You could get this anywhere. I'm not carrying this with me. Like, I'm not putting this in my bag when I go out to blend my lip liner. He's a genius. This man is a genius. I use this to my line. Plus, it comes with a sharpener. Just had to throw that in there. Anyways, we're gonna line my lips. I'm using a new lipstick. Well, it's new to me. And it's from Freck. It's their Makeout Club lipstick. That sounds so cute, right? In the shade Shy Hottie. Oh, that's cute. It's cute. It's just a lot darker than what I thought. I don't know why I thought it was gonna look lighter. I'm gonna take this lipstick off. Please hold. I'm gonna just keep whatever like stain I got just now and just go in with lip gloss, right? Yeah, I like that way better. Lip gloss eats. So that sums up my first makeup tutorial, my first official makeup tutorial. I hope you guys learned something. Maybe you found a new product you want to try, got a new little tip, something. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with everybody. But yeah, for real, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for my next one.